Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalam ala Sayyid al-Mursaleen. Amma ba'd. Sallu Nabi, guys. Hadith number? What did you write? What did you write in the top corner there, Muhammad? Hadith number? Leave it. No, leave it, please.
12.
Just leave it fixed.
Hadith
Okay?
number 12.
Right, Hadith number 12. Thank you, Muhammad. Right. Saleh, read. On the authority.
On the authority of Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu said, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said,
Sallallahu
from the perfection of a man's Islam is his leaving whatever does not
concern him. Right. What does this hadith mean then? What do you understand from this hadith? From the perfection of a man's Islam. From the perfection of a man's Islam.
I understand nothing.
I know, the language here is a bit long. From the perfection. Okay, so how do you perfect your Islam? How do you make your... Yeah, no. That's what I wrote here. To perfect your Islam, leave that what isn't good for you. That's what the Prophet... What isn't good for you. That's what the Prophet ﷺ is saying here.
No good punctuation.
Why? What's wrong with punctuation? Leave.
What
What isn't. I didn't say what that.
Yeah, you did.
I said it, but I didn't write it. Punctuation is fine here. Look, what isn't good for you? Exclamation mark, apostrophe, capital letter. I think that is quite... I think that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, listen. Guys, concentrate. Listen. The Prophet ﷺ said, the way that you can make your Islam perfect... What do you do to make your Islam perfect?
Doing lots of good stuff.
Okay, that's a really good answer. That's taqwa, right? But how can you make sure that what you're doing is good and staying away from bad?
Go to the sheikh and get...
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we did that. That's good as well. Go to the sheikh and get the proof. But if you've gone to the sheikh and he told you the proof, then what you should be leaving... What you should be leaving is that what is not good for you.
What if the sheikh's wrong?
How do you know he's wrong? Can the sheikh be wrong, number one? Can the sheikh be wrong?
Sometimes.
Yeah, it's possible. We all make mistakes. But then how do you know that the sheikh is wrong?
I don't know.
Because what do you need? You need two things. That's different. You need two things to make sure that the sheikh is saying the right thing. First, you need a sheikh, somebody who is qualified, a proper teacher, not just some guy on the street or something. Yeah? And the second thing, what's the sheikh going to teach you? What's he going to tell you? Quran and Hadith, isn't it? So whenever the Shaykh tells you something from Quran and Hadith, then you know he is right. Whenever he says something which is not based on Quran and Hadith, then it could be wrong. We don't know that. So you need to go and ask maybe another Shaykh. But that's going on another subject. We don't want to talk about that right now. Look, the Prophet ﷺ said, the way that you can make your Islam perfect is to leave whatever isn't good for you. So here we have a guy. Let's just pretend his name is Best. And he's walking down the road, but his neck is connected to his head. But anyway, his name is Best. And some people at home listening might understand what we're talking about. Some people think, what's he on about? What's the name Best for? Anyway, his name is Best. You guys understand.
No battery.
Why? Is it not charging? Press the socket for me, please. Thank you. Right. So this man, our brother, he's walking down the street. On the right of him, there is a book. On the right of him, there is a book. Shall he read that book, yes or no? Look, we've got a game. We're playing a game here, yeah? We need to make sure he goes down to the end of the street and that his Islam is good. Okay? This is the game. So now, he's going down the street. He's got a book. Shall we read that book or not?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Quran.
No.
Ah, well done. If it's Quran, then maybe it's good because it's good for him. What if the book was about magic?
No.
And it's a story. Leave it. Leave that which isn't good for you. And if you leave what's not good for you, what's going to happen? What does the hadith say?
No.
Your Islam will become perfect. Yeah, the more you do that, and inshallah, by the end of the road, his Islam's going to be perfect. Right. Now on the left of him, his friend comes to him. Let's just call him his friend's name. Let's just call him Max. Max comes to him and says, "Hey, Best, do you want to play a game with me on my brand new Nintendo?" Even though that's not a game, that's a remote control, but it looks like it. Shall he play the game, yes or no?
If it's an Islamic game.
You can't have Islamic games. Have you ever heard of an Islamic game on Nintendo?
Yeah, when this
What?
man runs to the mosque.
On Nintendo?
No, not on Nintendo.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying to you. So now his friend Max is saying, let's go play Nintendo.
No.
Does it have to be Islamic? No, it could be maybe like an archery game on Nintendo. It could
That's
be like...
not really bad.
Exactly. So now he has to see, shall I go with Max or not? Is it going to be good for me or not? Right.
I don't want to.
Right. He comes back on his way home after going to Max's house. And he sees, what's that?
TV.
Is that a TV or is it an advert? Whatever the case. Somebody has put TV on and they've said, let's watch this cartoon or this movie or this nasheed or something like that. I've put a woman there and I've put a man there and I've got some things going on in the background. Shall we watch it or not?
Nah.
Why not?
It might be. See if it's good first.
See if it's appropriate or not first, yeah. And if it's not appropriate,
Then it's haram.
then it's haram. And then you should leave it. What happens? Your Islam becomes...
Better.
It becomes perfect. Good. Oh, and he's walking down the street and somebody's singing some kind of a song.
Music is called.
Shall we listen to that song?
No.
Even if it's an Islamic song?
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah, because some Islamic songs are not good at all. Not good at all. Some of them sing about shaitan. And some of them sing about fighting people. Yeah? Yeah, I seen that one. Yeah, I seen that one that you were looking at the other day. That's not good.
What do you listen?
Yeah, that one, yeah. The Turkish one. That's not good. If they've got swords and things in there and they're fighting with swords and... Besides the fact that there's music in the background in some of them. So, shall he listen to it or not?
No.
No! But say somebody gives him one that's got Arabic alphabet. Shall we listen to that?
Maybe.
Why? What do you mean maybe? Arabic alphabet, what's wrong with that? Is that good or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to help him. It's going to help him learn the Quran. Excellent. Good. Then he goes down the road and he meets a boy. Let's call him...
Bill.
Huh? Bill. And he meets a girl. Let's call her... Lucy. Bill and Lucy are saying, hey, Best, do you want to come with us to the park and play?
Yeah.
Shall he go play with him?
Yeah.
Now, you could look at it.
No, only if there's good people.
And if there's good, excellent. But what if they're talking and saying bad things? Like sometimes when you go to the park, you can hear people saying bad things. What do we do about that?
No.
Stay away. What's going to happen? He's going to protect his iman. Right. Now, he carries on, and on the left-hand side, somebody's telling him, hey, come down my house, have some food, man. Hey, Best, come and have some food. What do you think?
Maybe if it's halal.
Good. We've got fruit,
No,
we've got
fruit's always
grapes,
halal, so, yeah.
we've got aubergine, we've got
apple.
apples, we've got
Cucumber.
cucumber, and we've
No,
got
that's not cucumber. Banana.
a green banana. Wow, that must be really tasty.
It must be rotten.
Yeah, it must be not ripe yet. And
No,
then
it
what's
is
that?
ripe. The green is really fresh.
Is it? Okay, and what's that one?
Orange.
It's an orange. Why is it called an orange?
Because it's orange.
Oh yeah, because it's orange. Anyway, so he's going down and he's going to go to his friend's house. He's going to eat all of these foods. Is that good for him? Yes or no?
Yeah.
That's so now. Look. 1 second. If you notice, all of these they're not acts of worship except that one. So even when you're doing normal actions, you can still protect your Islam or affect your Islam in a bad way. So if you're playing and saying bad things, if you're playing and getting each other annoyed,
No, and
if you're snatching, if you're calling names, if you're doing anything that Allah doesn't like, even if it's a normal action, your Islam is not being protected.
I know.
Your Islam is not being protected. Let that sink in a second.
I know.
Your Islam is not being protected if you're being bad and rude. Sit down properly. But if you do the right thing and you do what is good for you, even if it is a normal action, then your Islam is being protected.
I like this one.
And the last one, what is that? Who drew that?
Football.
That's a football. Has it got what? Has it got seaweed in it or something?
No. That's
Seaweed like football.
Shall we play football? The weather's quite nice outside. Should we play football?
Yeah.
Is it going to be good for us or not? Look, Salat al-Asr is now coming. Shall we play football? Yeah, maybe a quick game. Or maybe what could happen is let's play football first, and by the time we finish, it'll be Maghrib. That wasn't good. We haven't perfected our Islam. Good, excellent. So what we need to do to perfect our Islam is make sure that we are doing things which are going to benefit us.
Go
And
to the
some
people that are asking you to play football. Say, I'll come after us. And you'll say, okay.
Exactly.
Then you go home and pray. So then you go
Exactly. So now, good. So now it might be a normal action, but you need to see if there is good or bad behind it. Now, somebody might say to you, listen, if you don't come play with me, and if you don't come and listen with me, or come watch with me, or come play football with me, or come to my house and eat or something, I'm not going to be your friend. What do we do about that then?
Say I'll play with you later.
Good. So what we need to do is realize that we need to follow ourselves and perfect our Islam. And if you've got people around you which are bad, or they're telling you to do bad things, they might not be bad people, they might be made a mistake or something, then you need to protect your Islam. And advise them as well, yes. Good lads, well done. That's the end of Hadith number 12. What did you learn from today's lesson, Saleh Ola? One thing.
Yeah, you gotta be careful about your surroundings.
Good. What did you learn from today's lesson, Muhammad?
That you need to be thinking.
No, don't copy what your brother said. Think of something by yourself. What did you learn?
You have to do good deeds.
Good deeds. What happens if you do good deeds? What happens if you protect your surroundings?
Doing good deeds.
Okay, what happens when you do good deeds? Saleh, what happens if you protect your surroundings? What happens? What's the point? What's the hadith say?
You can make shaitan.
No, what does the hadith say? What did the Prophet ﷺ say?
To perfect your
Exactly, you will perfect your Islam. If you listen to what you both have just said, inshallah, Allah will help you perfect your Islam. We ask Allah to go on.
His son's books still both of us.
Yes. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us say Ameen. Oh Allah, perfect for us our Islam, say Ameen. Oh Allah, perfect for us our Iman, say Ameen. هذا والله أعلم وصلى اللهم على نبينا محمد